Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the Murphy Family Stadium on the campus of Boston College High School in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you today's high school varsity girls soccer contest as part of the 2023 MIAA Division I State Semifinals. This Final Four contest pits the top-seeded team of the tournament, number 1, the Natick High School Redhawks, against the 5th-seeded Brookline High Warriors. The winner of this contest will advance to the state championship game on Saturday, which will be played against second-seeded Mayfield-Sheehan, which just finished its semifinal game here at BC High. They won a 1-0 contest in a nail-biter against third-seeded Hopkinton. So that is the opponent that will be waiting for the winner of this game, which should make for quite the thrilling contest. You know, don't let the gap in seeding fool you, folks. This is a hard-fought Bay State Conference rivalry between two schools not too far from each other. You know, maybe a half-hour drive away from each other on a day with decent traffic. And two teams that faced off against each other twice in the regular season. The first game was played in Brookline on September 13th. That game ended in a 1-0 victory for Brookline. However, a very strange game, less than normal circumstances, as that game was actually called in the middle of the second half due to thunderstorms, so they didn't get to play a full 80 minutes. The next time they faced off was in Natick on October 12th. That game did go a full 80 minutes, and Natick wanted payback for that last loss, and boy, did they get it with a 3-0 victory over Brookline. One of just 2 times all season that Brookline was blanked in a game, and one of just 3 losses that Brookline would suffer in the regular season. The other shutout loss for Brookline came against Needham, which came into this tournament as the 12th seed and ended up facing Brookline in the round of 16, with Brookline soundly getting some payback in that one with a 4-0 victory over the Rockets. So the two teams split the regular season series. Brookline's win came in some less than normal circumstances, and that less than normal circumstance dealt Natick their only loss of the year, as Natick would finish 16-1-1 to earn the tournament's top seed, while Brookline finished with a solid 13-3-2 record to earn the tournament's 5th seed. The only undefeated teams in the tournament just played each other in the other state semi, as number 2 Mayfield-Sheehan and number 3 Hopkinton both went the whole season without a loss. Mayfield-Sheehan going 16-0-1, Hopkinton 17-0-1. And as I said, Mayfield-Sheehan took the win in that one 1-0. So this should make for a very interesting matchup. 1 second, folks.
How's your team's goalie? Is she really good?
She started playing goalie this past summer.
Well, I think it's worked out.
She's gotten better. She's gotten much better this season. Who's y'all's goalie? Yeah, who's y'all's goalie?
Liesel or Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much.
They're all sophomores. Yeah. They go back and forth. Right. Of course.
Thank you. All right. As we get ready to get this one underway, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming in to this contest, and we'll start over here on our left with the top-seeded Natick High Redhawks, dressed in their signature red jerseys with white jersey numbers. Going in order of jersey number of the roster for Natick, first off, a sophomore number 0, Katie McMahon. A sophomore number 1, Liesel Niedermeyer. A senior number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell. A sophomore number 3, Lydia Proya. A senior captain number 4, Maya Schwab. A sophomore number 6, Lulu Wislaki Wasecki. A junior number 7, Stella Bogus. A junior number 9, Allegra Gagnon. A junior number 11, Megan Mila. A sophomore number 13, Abby McCauley. A sophomore number 15, Nicole Proya. A junior number 16, Jill Ferguson. A junior number 17, Olivia Penn. A senior number 18, Sahej Gulati. A sophomore number 20, Caitlin Blair. A junior number 21, Kira Henderson. A junior number 22, Kendall Hacker. A sophomore number 23, Mariviev McElhenney. A senior co-captain number 24, Caitlin LeBrun. And a junior number 25, Cassidy Moriarty. Head coach of the Natick High girls soccer team is Dave Wainwright. And now, let's go over on our right side. Brookline still in their warm-ups. We don't see which jerseys they're wearing today, which is why for some of the players in this roster, I'm going to be reading out 2 potential jersey numbers, as it's going to depend on which jersey variants they're going with. So going in order, sort of, for the Brookline High Warriors. First off, we have a sophomore, number 3, Jada Kimbrough. A freshman wearing either number 4 or number 7, Haley Ament. A freshman wearing either number 6 or number 1, Paige Hammond. A junior manager, either number 7 or number 4, Ashley Cherwin. A freshman, number 8, Juliana Siegel. A senior captain, either number 10 or number 12, Amra Ukamadu. A sophomore, either number 12 or number 20, Amalia Lindgren Palm. A sophomore, number 13, Julia Vianello. A freshman, either number 14 or 23, Jamison McGee. A junior, number 15, Babette Hall. A senior, either number 16 or number 24, Emma Eisenhower. A junior, either 17 or 21, Greta Radke. A junior, either 19 or 16, Nora Shue. A sophomore, either 21 or 17, Lila Cannon. A sophomore, number 22, Elin Lindgren Palm. A junior, either 23 or 9, McKenna Hammond. A sophomore, either 23 or 28, Eva Berkson. A sophomore, either 24 or 25, Riley Jernigan. A junior captain, either number 25 or number 5, Vilena Chernichev. A freshman, number 26, Hannah Greer. A freshman, number 27, Anna Baker-Dimmock. A junior captain, number 28 or 18, Anna Leshley. A junior captain, number 29 or 19, Sydney Freeze. A sophomore, number 31 or 14, Mirabelle Kesselman. And finally, the 2 goalies on Brookline's roster, a freshman, number 37, Chloe Price, and a junior, number 38, Julia Cherwin. I see we've already got some folks active in the live chat here on YouTube. As we see, and I'm gonna do my best with the pronunciations here. We see Chinweke Ukamadu saying, "Go Warriors, proud dad of senior captain Amra Ukamadu rooting from San Diego." We see Brookline High girls soccer alum Gianna Pentland. Let's go Brookline. Miss my girls. Happy to see you tuning in, Gianna. And I'm sure Brookline misses you as well. But I hope all is well over at Union College in your freshman season. From Uchechi Nwankwala, and I apologize deeply for that botched pronunciation. I know I got that one wrong. But a simple Go Warriors from them. From Gabriel Spaggett, a senior who was a member of the Brookline High boys soccer team. Go Warriors as well. And from regular viewer and contributor to the live chat, MH Paget, Go Warriors as well. We will soon be getting this one underway. Brookline against Natick in the state Final Four. From BC High, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you are watching Brookline High Soccer. Charity Chip turns around, sends a leading pass, crashing, Leslie scores! Sydney Freeze rushing in, Sydney Freeze! And that's it! Sydney Freeze wins it for Brookline! All right, a little less than a minute on the pregame clock. We'll soon have our pregame ceremonies and the start of this ball game. You saw in that little intro video there right at the tail end, that was the game-winning goal in overtime last Friday to be precise, as Sydney Freeze, the junior co-captain for Brookline, scored the game winner in overtime. That was her first career playoff goal, as the last 2 seasons she was one of Brookline's best defensive players, but was moved to offense this year and has been a key component of the Brookline attack. Brookline going through the rounds of the tournament. In the round of 32, they beat Chelmsford 10-0. They beat Needham in the round of 16 4-0, and then were forced into overtime against 4th-seeded Wellesley in the round of 8, where they won on that game winner by Sydney Freeze. 2-1 was the final of that one. For Natick, not quite as much of a blowout through there, but they've still been cruising all the way here. A 4-0 win over Boston Latin, a 2-0 win over Weymouth, and then a 3-1 win over 9th-seeded Concord Carlisle in their round of 8 contest. And now here they are, both teams trying to punch their ticket to the state finals. Pre-game clock has concluded. They've got the captains and coaches meeting with the officials at midfield to decide opening sides and who gets the ball first. We'll soon have this game underway. Got some more fans in the live chat from Lucy Blanchard, Brookline Rocks. Shout out from Maryland, Chloe Price. From Elias Brendel, a member of the Brookline High baseball team. Go Warriors, you guys got this. And from Brendan Hughes, we want Katie Borelli, which is not a name on either team's roster, so I assume it must be an alum. It is a brisk night out here in Boston. Last I saw the temperature, it was in the low 40s, but combined with the lack of sun this, at this time of year, and the wind chill we get blowing in off the Charles River, which is just over on our right, it's going to be a cold day, or I should say a cold night out here at BC High. But at least the players get to run around and keep themselves warm. For anyone else here at BC High, I hope they dressed warmly. From the looks of things, I think Brookline has got the jerseys that they used earlier in the season, earlier in the regular season, which is, I think the same jersey they had in their round of 8 game against Wellesley. So to clarify, Haley Ament is number 7, Paige Hammond number 4, Ashley Sherwin number Paige Hammond is Haley Ament's number 7, Paige Hammond number 1, Ashley Sherwin number 4, Amra Ukamadou number 12, Amalia Lindgren Palm number 20, Jameson McGee 23, Emma Eisenhower 24, Greta Radke 21, Nora Shue 16, Lila Cannon 17, McKenna Hammond 9, Eva Berkson 28, Riley Jernigan 25, Vilena Chernychev number 5, Anna Leshley 18, Sydney Fries 19, and Mirabelle Kesselman 14. As they introduce the starting lineup first for Brookline, we start with number 7, Haley Ament, then number 14, Mirabelle Kesselman, number 13, Julia Vianello, number 38, the goalie, Julia Cherwin, number 19, Sydney Fries, number 15, Babette Hall, number 9, McKenna Hammond, number 18, Anna Leshley, number 5, Vilena Chernychev, number 24, Emma Eisenhower, and finally, number 12, Amra Ukamadou. And now for Natick, the starters, number 1, Liesel Niedermeyer. Number 7, Stella Bogus. Number 11, Megan Mila. Number 13, Abby McCauley. Number 15, Nicole Proya. Number 17, Olivia Penn. Number 21, Kira Henderson. Number 22, Kendall Hacker. Number 24, Caitlin LeBrun. And number 25, Cassidy Moriarty. I think the one player I missed during that intro was number 3, Lydia Proya. And now the national anthem. right, that was our national anthem, and soon we will get this underway. First-seeded Natick against fifth-seeded Brookline with a trip to the state championship game on the line. Another few notes in the live chat. Once the action started, I'm not going to be able to read all of these, and I apologize in advance for that. But for now, from Daniel Rodriguez, go Brookline, watching from Nashville. From April Lehman, let's go Stella. And from Casey Hatchett, good luck Warriors, go Julia V, referring, of course, to Julia Vianello. And I believe the Stella being referred to was Stella Bogus of Natick. So we do have some Natick fans tuning in, and I love it. You know, like I always say, I'm happy to see the good vibes and the supportive messages in the live chat from fans of both teams. Two teams about to take the field. Brookline huddling up. Goalies for today, Liesel Niedermeyer between the pipes for Natick. And Julia Cherwin manning the net for Brookline. Two teams that have each only given up one goal through their entire postseason runs so far. But at least one team is going to give up at least their second goal of the postseason today. It's all but guaranteed at this point as we get this one underway. Here we go in the Final Four. Natick had the opening possession, and a long kick goes off the head of Sydney Freeze out of bounds. It'll be a Red Hawks throw-in. Got to move it a little further back. Setting up for the throw-in is number 21, Kira Henderson. Henderson throws it in, and that deflects out. That just bounces out the back end. They just let that one go. It's going to be a goal kick for Brookline. Cherwin taps it over to, I believe, Babette Hall. Now over to Haley Ahmed. Dangerous pass to the middle, just barely cleared out, but it's back on the pressure by Natick. A couple of deflections, Brookline fighting to get possession. Anna Leshley comes away with it, dribbling against several defenders, somehow gets the ball upfield and draws a penalty. Anna Leshley, who is already committed to playing at the D1 level in a couple years at Dartmouth, coming up looking a little hobbled, but gets up and walks it off. It is a very cold night. You know, despite all the players wearing short sleeves out there, it is very cold out here, trust me. So any pain the players feel is going to be accentuated by the cold. Mirabelle Kesselman takes the free kick and launches it upfield. Goes off ahead towards the middle. Sydney Freeze downs it. Freeze passes it back to Babette Hall, who pops it up in the air. Deflects down. Emma Eisenhower pass to the middle. Fight for the ball won by Leshley. Leshley taking off running with it. Leshley cuts towards the middle. Leshley trying to dribble through everybody. Gets tripped up and draws another penalty. Got tripped up by number 17, Olivia Penn there. And Brookline going to set up with a free kick inside the 30-yard line. This could make for an interesting potential scoring chance. There might be a shooting angle here from this distance, though it might be a little more difficult. Odds are they try and go for a crosser, but we'll see what they do here. Strange formation on this one as Leshley and Freeze break off. Elena Chernychev now all by herself setting up to kick. Lifts it towards the box. Taken off one hop by Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer punts it upfield. It is downed. Passed to the far side. They work it up the line. Dribbling with it off to the races. Crosser comes in, walled off, knocked out of bounds by Hall. And so that's going to draw the game's first corner kick. A strong rush up the far sideline by, I want to say, number 15, Nicole Proya, as she forces that favorable deflection that will give this game its first corner kick. This kick going to come in from number 22, Kendall Hacker. Players charging in. Hacker sends in the kick, headed wide of the net. It's going to bounce out of bounds. They say it was off a Brookline player, and so we're going to get another corner kick from the near side. Didn't quite catch the jersey number of this player. Kick flies in, and it's in! Natick strikes first, unassisted on the corner kick. That goal was scored. Trying to spot the jersey number here. That is number 13, Abby McCauley. As the top-seeded Redhawks take an early 1-0 lead, less than 5 minutes in. Beautiful shot by McCauley there, as the lefty took advantage of a nice curve on that one.
Redhawks goal scored by number 13, Abby McCauley.
PA announcer confirms the unassisted score by Abby McCauley as Natick goes up 1-0. Brookline playing from behind very early. They work it up the near side to Freeze. Freeze running up the near side, gaining the edge, sending in a crosser. Deflects out, shot by Chernychev, high! Brookline almost answers right back. Sydney Freeze battled her way around the edge on the near side. Her crosser was deflected, but it was recovered by Chernychev, who launched a nice shot, but it went just over the bar. Long kick deflects back, up in the air. And a scrum on the far side, out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in, knocked out of bounds by Kesselman. Throw in goes to number 25, Cassidy Moriarty. Passes it back to number 7, Stella Bogus. Bogus kicks it upfield, gets to number 3, Lydia Proya. Pass across the middle. Now a leading kick from Moriarty, knocked back by Kesselman. Gets up to Eisenhower. Eisenhower passes it back to Ament. Now back to Hall. Cross to Kesselman. Kesselman boots it downed and taken back by Natick. Fighting through a number of Brookline players. It's knocked up there, and it's taken by Nicole Proya. Proya trying to race up the near side again, sends in a crosser, knocked down, but still within play. Pass to Moriarty. Moriarty a shot, and Moriarty scores! Cassidy Moriarty off the assist from Nicole Proya, and the Redhawks have jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead in the 7th minute. As that crosser from Nicole Proya, who again taking advantage and going up the far side with her speed to set up the attack for Natick, is of course she drew as Brookline, a bad pass there, it goes out of bounds. The PA announcer confirms Cassidy Moriarty with the goal, and a throw in and a shot off the side of the net. from Nicole Proya. Again, her speed coming up the far side has been a dangerous weapon for the Redhawks. As I was saying, she drew that initial corner kick that led to the second corner kick, which led to Natick's first goal. And then she sent in that crosser that got deflected and wound up at the feet of Moriarty, who launched that shot into the back of the net. Battle through the middle, and we've got a penalty call on Brookline. And so this will be a free kick for Natick inside the 30. Moriarty setting up. Looks like Moriarty and Hacker setting up as two potential kickers, although Hacker seems to be walking off. Okay, it is just Moriarty. Moriarty's kick flies towards the net, misses just high. Natick looking like the #1 seed in this tournament so far with how strong they've been playing. Brookline going to need to pick things up soon if they want to get back in this one. Down 2 scores early. And the ball stolen away off the forward pressure from Natick. Knocked out of bounds, stays Natick ball. Throw in, knocked back, but stays with Natick. Pass to the middle. Finds number 13, a long shot, misses wide from Abby McCauley. Now pass from Hall over to Ament. Ament, quick pass to Chernychev. The give and go intercepted by Moriarty. Passed back, disrupted, but recovered by Lydia Proya. Pass back now, stolen away. This is McKenna Hammond off to the races. Hammond trying to cut around. Ball is knocked loose, but Hammond recovers, passes over to Freeze. Freeze trying to work up the near sideline again. Cuts back and was triple teamed and had no one to go back to, but the pass deflected out and it will stay Brookline ball. Ament throws it into Chernychev, tapped back to Ament, and Ament lost control and it's lost out of bounds. Throw in, bouncing along. Hall kicks it out of bounds. Throw in from Henderson goes back to number 24, LeBron. Caitlin LeBron sends it back up to Henderson. Henderson couldn't get through the forward pressure of Freeze. Chernychev took it, but again, Brookline runs out of room on the near sideline. Throw in, tap, it's sent forward by Lydia Proya, taken by Chernychev. Chernychev tripped up by Nicole Proya, and that will draw the free kick. Leshley rushing the free kick as it goes off the head of the defense. They were not caught off guard. Off the deflection, it's taken by Chernychev. Pass to Leshley. Leshley dribbling and cuts towards the middle. Passes to the outside to Vianello, who sends in a long kick, deflects. That's going to roll out the back end. Brookline's going to have their first corner kick. Sydney Freeze going over to the corner. Looks like Vianello also heading to the general area. Are they simply going to go for a tap pass? They are. Vianello jukes, running up the baseline, sending in the crosser. It's knocked back out. Goes up to Lydia Proya, who sends it all the way up to Nicole Proya. But it's taken, or not taken, kicked out of bounds by Kesselman. 2-0, Natick leads off of goals from Abby McCauley and Cassidy Moriarty. Ball deflects back to Kesselman, who sends it across to Hall. Now out to Ament. Ament kicks it across the field to Vianello. Vianello trying to force her way through the defense and ran out of room on the sideline as the Red Hawks will take it back. Throw in. Moriarty sends it back. And pass goes across. It's kicked forward by LeBrun, headed back the other way. And LeBrun kicks it towards the near side. It's going to be collected by Ament. Pass to Chernychev, disrupted, but Chernychev recovers. But the pass back is intercepted. And Nicole Proya racing upfield. Looking, passing. Pass disrupted by Kesselman, and it goes up to Leshley. Leshley dribbling, looking, kicks upfield. LeBrun boots it away. Chased down by Hall, but running out of room, and it's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Natick. .26 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Natick, having scored 2 goals in the first 7 minutes, holds a strong early lead. Henderson throws it in off the head of Leshley. Chernychev sends it up in the air, deflected down, and back to Ament. Ament up to Freeze. Freeze back to Hall. Hall boots it upfield. Battle for the ball won by Hammond. Hammond dribbling, putting on speed. Hammond trying to break around the defense. Hammond could not keep it going all the way as it's taken by Niedermeyer. McKenna Hammond, who has scored 4 goals this postseason, including a hat trick in that blowout postseason opener against Chelmsford. Raced that ball upfield, but just couldn't quite get across the finish line as Kesselman boots that one out of bounds. Throw in. Knocked upfield. Ukamadou takes it. Ukamadou trying to race around, but no room. But Ukamadou steals it back. Ukamadou racing up the far sideline, knocked out of bounds. Throw in goes to Leshley. Leshley trying to battle her way around and force it into the box, but it's kicked back out. Stays Brookline ball. Throw in to Ukamadou, bounces out of bounds. Natick ball. Throw in. Passed back, popped up in the air. Chernychev heads it over to Leshley. Leshley jukes towards the middle, tripped up. No call this time, and Natick off to the races. This is Nicole Proya passing it out to her left, finds a target, but disrupted and kicked away by Kesselman. Rolls all the way up to Ukamadou. Ukamadou spins, turns back around, pass back to Leshley. Leshley over to Chernychev. Now to the near side to Ament. Ament kicks it up the line. Freeze keeps it in, gets it to Chernychev. Chernychev sending it forward for Freeze. Freeze racing up the near side and gets the ball, tries to gain the edge, trying to fight through multiple defenders. Still fighting. They're still scrumming for it. Freeze. Ball's lost out of bounds. Brookline ball. Ament throws it into Leshley. Leshley trying to fight through herself, but was facing 3 defenders. Freeze takes it back, passes back to Ament. Stolen back by McCauley. McCauley managed to send it through the legs, and it's kicked upfield by Henderson. Taken by Hall. Hall kicks it across to Vianello. Vianello cuts upfield. Vianello still dribbling. Vianello finally kicked away by the Natick defense. Throw in. Scrumming for it. Leshley takes it, pass back to Vianello. Vianello gets around a defender. Still dribbling. Now sends it forward, but nobody was there, and that'll be a goal kick. Vianello with a couple of aggressive pushes these past couple possessions. As this is booted upfield by Hacker, but knocked right back by Leshley. Gets up to Hammond. Hammond tried to rush the shot, but didn't have it. It bounces out of bounds. Niedermeyer gives it to Hacker. Hacker boots it. Deflects off the foot of a Natick player out of bounds. Ament throws it into Freeze. Freeze passes it back to Eisenhower. Now further back to Kesselman. Kesselman boots it, trying to send a leader for Ukamadu. Tight space. Ukamadu fighting, but could not get control of it. It's kicked away by Hacker. Natick trying to work it up the far side. They have to send it back. Have to backtrack for it, and it's sent back to Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer kick. Walled off by Chernychev, but booted away by LeBrun. Cherwin coming out of the box and kicks it into the box where she can pick it up. Cherwin punts it off the head of Leshley. Kicked away by the Redhawks. As that bounces out of bounds. Off the kick from Moriarty. Ament throws it into Freeze, knocked out of bounds, and Natick ball. Natick ball. Brookline fans thought it was last touched by number 17, Olivia Penn, but the officials say it was last touched by Freeze. Henderson throws it in off the head of Ament. Couldn't quite keep it in bounds. Henderson throws it in again. And it just bounces out of bounds. Goal kick. Cherwin just gives it over to Hall. Hall kicks it up the far side up to Vianello. Now back to Kesselman. Up to Vianello. Vianello swarmed by Redhawks, tries to kick it upfield. It's knocked right back. Kesselman sends it out of bounds. Throw in. Tapped back. Trying to gain the edge on the far side again as it's lost out of bounds, and goal kick. Hall sends it out near side to Ament. Ament taken away by Henderson. Pass for Proya, and Proya draws another goal, another corner kick. McCauley setting up to take the corner from the near side. Again, she's scored once off this exact situation. Kick flies in, off the top bar. McCauley was going for it again, but that time it goes off the top of the crossbar. Hall to Kesselman. Kesselman kicks it upfield. Knocked back by Hacker. Off the head of Moriarty. Downed. And sent Upfield. Knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Brookline ball. It was last touched by the Natick forward. Throw in. Booted upfield by Kesselman. Bounces. Taken by Hammond. Hammond swarmed by defenders. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw into Leshley. Knocked out of bounds again by the Natick defense. Throw into Ukamadu this time, whose pass kind of missed Vianella, but Kesselman boots it upfield. Race to the ball. Deflection. Chernychev. Pass to Ukamadu. Ukamadu looking. Cutting back. Tries to send one through. Gets to Leshley. Leshley taps it back out for Ukamadu. Ukamadu trying to cut through. It's a fight, and it's kicked back out. Recovered by Eisenhower, who sends it back to Kesselman. Kesselman across to Hall. Hall boots it upfield now. Downed by Hammond. Pass back to Leshley. Leshley passes forward to Chernychev, who tried to touch it over, but it was disrupted and kicked away, I believe, by Moriarty. Gets up to Nicole Proya. Proya sends it forward, stopped by Hall, and booted away. Racing up to get it is Hammond. Taken away for a second by Natick, but then taken back by Freeze. Freeze racing upfield, sends a pass to a cutting Ukamadu. Ukamadu gets tripped, but they say it was clean, cleared out, and it's taken by Ament. Ament pass intercepted by McCauley. Pass to the outside. So I think that's number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell. The pass back disrupted by Ukamadu, taken by Leshley. Leshley racing in, shot off the side of the net. So Brookline showing some fight, but they still trail by multiple scores with 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Hacker setting up for the goal kick. And it's taken by Eisenhower. Pass back to Hall. Hall upfield off of Hammond's foot, kicked away by Henderson. Off the ricochet, Chernychev tried to make a play on it. Out of bounds, Natick ball. Henderson throws it back to LeBrun, who sends it up to McCauley, back to Hacker, up to Moriarty, who just barely kicked it upfield. It's taken by Eisenhower. Pass up to Ukamadu. Ukamadu tripped up, and that time they say not cleanly. A free kick for Brookline around the 25-yard line. Looks like they're setting up Kesselman to take it. Potential chance for Brookline here from the 26-yard line. Kesselman sails that one way high. That one just did not do what she wanted it to do. Flew way too high, and goal kick from Natick, kicked back by Ament. Off ahead, downed by Leshley. Leshley sends a pass, deflected, and kicked away. Headed back by Leshley, downed by Chernychev. Pass to the near side, chased down by Ament. Ament kicks one forward to Freeze. Freeze battling from the near side, sends in a crosser. Deflected down. Ukamadu scores! Amru Ukamadu gets Brookline back in the game. It is a one-goal game now. Let's check out the instant replay on that one. Freeze was looking for an opening from the near side, managed just to send in a crosser. It was deflected down, defended by O'Donnell, but Ukamadu managed to fight through and send in a shot. And it's a 2-1 ball game, so both teams have now given up a score after each one gave up just one goal through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. So now Natick trying to maintain their lead. Brookline trying to make a comeback here, but that's easier said than done, as immediately Natick brings some offensive pressure. And my mistake, I kept identifying her as O'Donnell. I think that's actually number 7, Stella Bogus. The 7 looks kind of like a 2. That's my mistake, folks. Pass up the far side, and Natick draws another corner. Again, they work that far side. As I think that might have been Lydia Proya that time. As they now set up at the corner. Believe this is Hacker taking this kick. Kick flies in low, and it's knocked in! Natick answers right back! The Red Hawks score again off the corner, and it is now a multi-score game again. I'm not sure if that goal will go to Hacker, if it deflected off of someone, as a timeout is called by Brookline. We're going to wait for the PA announcer to see who they credit that goal to, as I'm not sure if that bounced off a Brookline defender or if it bounced off a Natick player.
Red Hawks goal scored by number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell.
And that was scored by number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell. So she was out there. I've gotten myself all kinds of confused. But it's O'Donnell with the 3rd goal there. And with this timeout called, we see now Natick with a very, very strong first half. They've already matched the total number of goals they scored against Brookline in their home win against the Warriors back in October. Brookline, I mean, they've scored the same number of goals they scored in that thunderstorm-stopped win that they got on their home field back in September. But, boy, you talk about a response. Your opponent starts to come back on your multi-score lead. They cut it down to 1, and just moments later, you answer back with a goal of your own. So it's 3-1 now. Kesselman boots this one upfield. Kicked, intercepted by Ukamadu. Ukamadu trying to race through a deflection. Out to the near side. Freeze takes it and miscommunicates with Chernychev as that rolls out of bounds. Throw in from LeBron to Hacker. Hacker boots it upfield. And it's taken by Nicole Proya. Proya cuts towards the middle. Proya heading for the for the far side, excuse me. Proya still working, and it's knocked out of bounds by Vianello. It'll still be Natick ball. So for Natick, goals from Abby McCauley, Cassidy Moriarty, and then Ashlyn O'Donnell. As they kick this one to the middle, it's a chance in the box for Natick. They try and pass back, but it's knocked away by Chernychev. Ukamadu trying to work up the far sideline, but not enough room there. It's taken away by O'Donnell. Passed back, sent up the line. Now a pass across the middle, misses its target. It's taken by Freeze. Freeze trying to race the other way. Cuts back and passes to the middle to Eisenhower. Eisenhower kicks it across to Kesselman. Kesselman racing upfield. Kesselman still going. Kesselman turns around, passes it back to Vianello, who pops it up in the air, and I don't think that one went the way she wanted. It bounces out of bounds. Pass to the middle is controlled by Hacker. Sends it back. It's booted upfield by LeBron. Deflected down by Hall. Chased down by Ament. Ament. Knocked out of bounds. They say not knocked out of bounds. Ament just ran out of room there. Throw in for Natick. Goes off the head of Ament. Deflects down. Controlled by Lydia Proya. Knocked out of bounds. Throw into the middle, goes to McCauley. McCauley taps it back, booted upfield, knocked back, off a head, off another head, and ball rolls forward. I think Bogus sent that one to the middle, and Moriarty gets there first, and they're going to call the penalty on Freeze. And I mean, the Brookline fans are booing, but like, that's a foul. You know, I understand fans are going to cheer when their team gets calls and they're going to boo when their team doesn't get calls, but plain and simple, Moriarty got ball, Freeze got body, penalties on Freeze. Brookline kicks it back. Hammond tries to tap back to Ukamadu, but it's disrupted, taken away by Bogus. Now Bogus sends it back to Hacker. Out far side to Bogus, to McCauley. Further upfield to, I think, O'Donnell. Pass intercepted by Leshley. Back to Eisenhower. Eisenhower dribbling up. Looking, passes far side to Vianello. Vianello runs out of room on the far sideline. That's been a real problem for Brookline in this first half, is just running out of room on the sidelines and not being able to contain the ball when trying to work it up the sidelines. Throw in. Knocked out of bounds, this time Brookline ball. And folks, is the video starting to look weird for you guys? Let me know, because it's looking a little weird on my end. As this one is knocked out of bounds. Uh-oh. My computer in general just acting up a little bit. Hoping this isn't messing things up on your end for the viewers. As Brookline kicks this up near side, knocked out of bounds. Not sure what is, yeah, the video is just stopped. I'm not sure what is happening here, but I'm gonna try and fix this while we're in the middle of the action. See if I can reset. I don't know what is happening. Oh, this is frustrating. Voiceover is working fine, as this one is saved by Sherwin. Maybe what is happening here? Maybe if I... What? What is this? boy, isn't this great? Gosh. Okay. Gonna try an emergency reset here. I'm gonna be cutting this stream entirely, which I don't want to do in the middle of the action, but you guys aren't able to see anything, so I'm just gonna have to hit exit and just see if closing OBS and reopening it fixes things. Okay. All right, I think we're back in action, and at a critical time too. No, I think we got the video back, folks. I think we got it back. I think it's coming back. Okay, we got this just in time as Natick is setting up for a free kick from about the 14-yard line after a penalty was committed by Brookline. Kick flies in over the bar. Just barely missed. I believe that was... I think that that wasn't Hacker who took it. I'm trying to see who it was. It was Moriarty who took that kick, sent it just over the bar. So I appreciate you guys putting up with the technical difficulties there. Glad to see we're back as this deflects off of one head after the other. And now Hammond takes control of it, passes back to Leshley. Leshley cutting through. We are in stoppage time here in the first half as the pass goes up to Freeze, tapped back to Ament. Ament misses Leshley, and it's taken away by LeBrun. Sent up near side, out of bounds. So we are in stoppage time. The scoreboard clock here at BC High frozen at 2 minutes, and the official whistle will let us know when it's halftime. Freeze taps it forward for Leshley. Leshley, her crosser knocked out of bounds by Hacker, and that's going to be a corner for Brookline. Brookline trying to set up fast. Freeze signals. Kick flies in. Deflects down. Sean Eisenhower! Emma Eisenhower off the assist from Sydney Freeze. The Brookline senior with her first goal of the playoffs and just the second goal of her high school career. And what a stage to score it on.
Warriors goal scored by number 24, Emma Eisenhower.
PA announcer confirms Eisenhower with Brookline's second goal, and boy, blow for blow, these two teams going back and forth as once again it's a one-goal game as the penalty is called on Brookline. Free kick from about the 36. Hacker sends it flying in, headed down, bounces up to Freeze. Freeze dribbling, but was cut off, and Hacker kicks it away. Knocked down by Ament, booted upfield. Hammond deflects it down. Freeze knocks it forward, but that's just going to fly out of bounds. Throw in, knocked back. LeBron kicks it towards the middle, intercepted by Ukamadu. Ukamadu sending one through to Hammond. Hammond didn't have the reinforcements necessary. The clear kick goes back to Eisenhower. Eisenhower kicks it forward. Nobody there. It's taken off one half by Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer punts it. Vianello couldn't keep it in bounds. 3-2, the Natick lead here in stoppage time in the first half as Kesselman heads that one out of bounds. Quick throw in. Kesselman keeps it in bounds this time, but it's taken back by the Red Hawks. Pass to the middle. Moriarty kicks it forward. Bounces out of bounds. Brookline ball. And this one knocked out of bounds again by Brookline. Throw in, bounces off a head, headed down, booted away by Hall. Ukamadu knocks, it's knocked out of bounds by Bogus. Quick throw in. Ukamadu tries to push it forward, it's kicked away. Hall boots it back. And there is the whistle for halftime. You having fun, folks? 5 goals and 1 brief freeze of our stream video. It's been a half full of excitement here at BC High. For Natick, 2 goals in the first 7 minutes to get this out to a hot start. 1 unassisted from Abby McCauley. 1 scored by Cassidy Moriarty, I think by Nicole Proya. Then Brookline answered back with a goal by Amra Ukamadu, assisted by Sydney Freeze to make it 2-1. Natick answered right back like a minute later with a goal by Ashlyn O'Donnell, assisted, I believe, by Kendall Hacker to make it 3-1. And then Brookline managed to answer back again. Emma Eisenhower with a goal, assisted by Sydney Freeze. And it is a 3-2 ball game at halftime. Well, during this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the food pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And as always, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can find that same information about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry, down in the description section down below, where you can also find a link to the official Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, which supports all 6 Brookline High soccer teams, girls and boys, varsity, JV, and freshmen. But for now, we are at half. Natick 3, Brookline 2. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at the Murphy Family Stadium at BC High in Boston, Massachusetts, with the MIAA Division I Girls Soccer Semifinals. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with the second half, and with a game this insane already, you better stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, back on the mic. I am here, and I am cold here at Murphy Family Stadium at BC High in Boston, Massachusetts. But I'm sticking it out because this is the 2023 MIAA Division I Girls Soccer State Final Four. And we've had an exciting one so far today between first-seeded Natick and fifth-seeded Brookline. It is a 3-2 score with Natick holding the advantage in what has been an offensive shootout so far. So this is more of what I expected when Brookline faced Wellesley in the round of 8 last week, and that one, of course, ended up being a defensive stalemate for much of it. This one, the offense have just been firing on all cylinders. Let's see what they have in store for us here in the second half. Brookline, the opening possession. McKenna Hammond passes it back to Anna Leshley. Popped up in the air, bouncing along, and it's still bouncing, and it's finally popped up in the air by the Natick defense. That's going to go out of bounds, and it went out the back line. Brookline gets an immediate corner kick. Sydney Freeze setting up in the corner. They got one goal off a corner kick in the first half. This one comes in high, off the bar. Oh my gosh! Anna Leshley got her head on it, but when it went off the post, unbelievable. Booted back forward by Babette Hall, and it goes through the hands of Niedermeyer, and that's going to be another corner. This half is already crazy, and we're 1 minute in. Another kick sailing in, off the top of the crossbar and out of bounds. No, it was touched out by Niedermeyer's hand. It's another corner. 3 corners in the first minute and a half of the second half for Brookline. This one sails in, punched out by Niedermeyer. Eisenhower just going to box out and let it roll out of bounds. Throw in, it's kicked away by Natick, but out of bounds, Brookline ball again. Haley Ament throws it in, up the line. Freeze trying to battle. Ball is lost out of bounds. Freeze ran out of room. Natick ball. There's the throw in. It's popped up in the air. Knocked down, but kicked forward by Natick. Sent to the middle. It finds a target. It's booted upfield. I think that was McCauley. Now taken back by Kesselman. Pass over to Ament. Popped up near side. A race to the ball, and it's cut off by Stella Bogus. Passed back to Kendall Hacker, who pops it up in the air. It catches the wind. Knocked down. Cassidy Moriarty boots it out far side, and it bounces out of bounds. Pass to the middle gets to Leshley. Leshley dribbling. Leshley still going. Leshley trying to knife her way through. It's knocked out of bounds, but this is going to be, yes, another corner for Brookline. Brookline relentless in their pursuit of a potential equalizer. They have trailed since the 4th minute when Natick scored their first goal. They're trying to tie it up here. Freeze sends it in low, and it's walled and kicked out. Freeze takes it along the near side. Trying to gain the edge, sends a crosser through. It's walled off. Couldn't be fully kicked out, and Leshley takes it back. Leshley dribbling towards the middle. Passes out far side, chased down, and stolen away by the Red Hawks. Long pass finds a target. I believe this is Nicole Proya dribbling with it. Fires a long shot, and it bounces wide. It got past Sherwin. Or did it? No, Sherwin got her hands on it, and that's going to be a corner. Sherwin seemed a little surprised. But this will be a corner for the Red Hawks. Abby McCauley, who scored an unassisted goal off a corner kick in the first half, as that one actually was that first goal scored in the 4th minute. Sends in a kick here. Punch down, booted out. Hacker tries to kick it back, but it's kicked back forward by Brookline. It's going to fly out of bounds, though. Natick ball. Throw in. Natick trying to send one through. They get tangled up. It's still live. The shot is in. Olivia Penn puts Natick back up by 2. Absolute insane sequence. Natick sent a very nice crosser through, and one of their forwards was crashing for it but got tangled up with the Brookline defense. But with no whistle blown, the play was still live. And so it was tapped back to an open player who shot it into the net. And that open player was Olivia Penn.
Red Hawks goal scored by number 17, Olivia Penn. Assisted by number 25, Cassidy Moriarty.
So the assist on that one to number 25, Cassidy Moriarty, who almost had her second goal of the game, but instead she's got her first assist. Brookline finds themselves back down 2 scores again, despite the multiple scoring chances to open the half that could have potentially tied things up. Instead, they're back down by 2. Kesselman dribbling up with it. Kesselman still going. Kesselman tried to pass, but it was walled off. Deflected back. It's taken by Ukamadou. Pass to Leshley. Leshley trying to force her way through traffic. And dribble went too far. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Some intense winds blowing here as we're right near the Charles River, of course. .33 minutes on the clock. We're just 7 minutes into the second half. Natick leads 4-2. This kick taken by Hall. Hall sends it upfield, downed by Chernychev, and pass misses out of bounds. Natick ball. Throw in is controlled. I think that's Lydia Proya trying to force her way through, and she might. But it's knocked out of bounds by Brookline, and that was not Lydia Proya. That's my mistake. Maybe it was Megan Mila. No, that was Nicole Proya. My mistake. Throw in. Deflects off a head and a hard collision, but it is recovered by Julia Cherwin. Cherwin rolls it into Vianello. Vianello kicks it upfield, deflected down, taken by Leshley. Leshley dribbling. Tries to send one through, but Niedermeyer comes in and takes it. Hammond was trying to crash for it, but didn't really have an angle because of the defender. I was right next to her. I think that was Hacker. Deflects, sent forward, sent back by Kesselman, and too far out of bounds. Throw in for Natick. And that just deflects out of bounds. It'll be Brookline ball. Kicked upfield by Haley Ament, but that's going to fly too far, and that'll be a goal kick. Some notes in the live chat from Brookline High Boys Soccer Senior Co-Captain Jackson McGee. Appreciate you covering our season, Jesse. Go GVS. Thank you so much for the kind words, Jackson. It's been a privilege to cover all 6 Brookline soccer teams this season. As Natick trying to force something through. Ahmed didn't give up on the play. Natick still trying to advance. Pass back, long shot from Penn is going to fly wide. Goal kick for Brookline. And down 2, they know they've got to move fast even with 30 minutes on the clock as Kesselman boots this one upfield and it flies out of bounds. This is Mila throwing this one in to Moriarty. Popped up in the air. Bouncing. Controlled by Lydia Proya. Stops. Fires. And just barely stopped by Julia Cherwin. Or no, they say it didn't. It wasn't touched by Cherwin. It just flew wide. Pass to Hall. Hall boots it upfield, goes off ahead, downed by Penn, sent to the outside. Henderson sends it forward, too far forward. This will be another goal kick for Brookline. Another note in the live chat from Paul Epstein. Great broadcast, Jesse. If I was there, I'd bring you a hot chocolate, but I'm home watching your awesome live stream. Warriors showing a ton of heart. I smell an epic comeback. Well, it's going to have to be even more epic than you imagined back when you first made that comment, as I was a little late reading that one, as Brookline again finds themselves down multiple scores. But Brookline is not stopping the fight, that is for sure, as Bogus clears out that one, headed back by Kesselman, downed by Mila. Mila rolls a pass over to Penn, who sends it back to LeBron. LeBron gets a kick away despite the forward pressure from Hammond. Eisenhower recovers the kick, but her pass walled by Penn, taken by Mila, kicked upfield, knocked back by Kesselman. Mila commits the handball, and Brookline gets the free kick. Brookline was trying to rush it, but Natick wasn't letting them. And so Brookline will get things set around midfield. Kesselman setting up to kick this one. Kesselman boots it, and that's going to bounce wide. Sent it on the to the near side post, even though they had everybody bunched up near the far side post. That might have just flown out of her control on that one. Maybe sliced off her foot, or maybe the wind caught it. Goal kick coming from Hacker. Headed back by Leshley. Hacker boots it out of bounds. Throw in. Leshley rushing up the far side. Her kick is walled and knocked out of bounds. That'll be a corner for Brookline. They've got to find a way to convert on one of these corners if they want to get back in this game. They've gotten a bunch of chances here in the second half, but haven't capitalized on any of them yet. Freeze lifts one in, too far, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. I mean, the thing is, it's a bad day for high corner kicks, because the wind is going to catch them, because it's so windy out here at BC High. So you have to be able to send in the low kicks, like what Natick did on their 2 corner kick goals You know what Macaulay and Hacker were able to do with their corner kicks that ended up setting up goals. Got to be able to send it in a little lower. But Brookline off the corner, their bread and butter has been setting up headers for Anna Leshley, and for that you got to have, you know, some higher arcing kicks, which doesn't suit well for the weather conditions right now. So Brookline's going to have to either find a way to make it work or find a way to adjust. Nicole Proya taking it down the far side for Natick. Cuts back, sends one to the box. Sliced, but it is cleared out, even if just barely. Recovered by Penn. Penn's kick is walled by Ukamadou. Kicked back by Bogus. Deflected to the middle. Popped up in the air. Controlled by Chernychev. Chernychev sending one down the near side for Ukamadou. Ukamadou taking off. Racing with Bogus. Running out of room. Could not catch up with the ball, and that will be a goal kick. And Ukamadou appears to be down hurt. Stretching out, just getting back up. A little hobbled as she walks. Boy, if you're Brookline, this is one player you don't want to lose. Amra Ukamadou, the senior captain, she scored an astounding 11 goals in the regular season this year to lead the team's offense. And of course, she scored Brookline's first goal today. So hopefully that is nothing major, and she'll be able to come back in. As for the moment, she is subbed out for number 3, Jada Kimbrough. Natick pushing the ball upfield, and Kesselman just boots it out of bounds on the near side. Just under 25 minutes left in this game. Natick leads 4-2. This one is knocked out of bounds as Nicole Proya and Kesselman were battling for that one. It is a goal kick. Cherwin quickly taps it over to Kesselman, who kicks it upfield. Gets up to Hammond. Kimbrough tried to tap it, but it's knocked back. But then taken back by Kimbrough. Kimbrough fakes around one, but runs into another. It's recovered by Leshley. Leshley jukes off Moriarty, spins off Moriarty, lost her own balance a bit, but takes off. Now sending a pass too far for Kimbrough, and that's going to be a goal kick. Hacker kicks it. And it's pushed up past midfield, chased down by Vianello. Vianello battling with Nicole Proya, who steals it back. Nicole Proya going up the near side, fires a shot. It bounces wide. Nicole Proya has been a tremendous offensive threat for Natick on both the near and far sides today. What on earth just happened there? I think there was a bit of confusion. I think that Natick thought that Brookline did what they've been doing for a lot of their goal kicks, which is just having the goalie tap it over to one of their defenders. But in fact, they were trying to set up for a goal kick straight from one of their defenders, like what Natick's been doing. And so there was a bit of confusion there. Vianello kicks it upfield. Kimbrough tries to tap it forward, disrupted. Off the deflection, it's booted away by Hacker. Downed by Kesselman. Kesselman sends it out far side. Off a couple of deflections, it's taken. It's either a penalty or a handball called against Natick. Brookline's going to have a free kick from what looks to be about the 29-yard line. Leshley setting up to take this one. She did score the game-tying goal on a free kick against Wellesley last week, although that was a bit of a lucky break as the goalie dropped the ball. We'll see what they do here. Leshley, the shot, sails. Just under 22 minutes on the clock here in the second half. Natick leads Brookline 4-2. This kick off the head of Leshley. Now taken by Kimbrough. Kimbrough up to Hammond, but it's cut off, taken away by Bogus, sent back to Niedermeyer, who pops it up in the air. Mila corrals it, disrupted by Leshley, but Bogus comes in and boots it away. Over Ament's head, it's taken by Lydia Proya. Lydia Proya looking, kicking a leader for Nicole Proya. Nicole Proya cuts. Defender lost her footing. Nicole Proya sending a pass to the middle. Penn tried to send it back out. And we got a penalty called against Natick as they disrupted the attempted clear by Eisenhower. And that seemed like a play where when the defender fell down, it's almost like Nicole Proya got too surprised by the golden opportunity and wasn't sure what to do. You know, like you're more open than you think you are and you start overthinking things. Kesselman taking the free kick. Off the head of Bogus, but Bogus couldn't quite kick it. And they do call the penalty on Bogus there. Brookline setting up for the free kick. Leshley rushing it over to Freeze. Freeze dribbling against Henderson. LeBrun there to help. Freeze trying to gain the edge and ran out of room, and that'll be a goal kick. Substitutions on both sides, and for Brookline, they can breathe a sigh of relief. Amra Ukamadu is okay, back out on the field, replacing Jada Kimbrough. For Natick, the substitution, Ashlyn O'Donnell back in the game, replacing Megan Mila. Hacker, the goal kick, deflects out of bounds. Throw in, kicked out of bounds again. And this throw in just bounces out of bounds on its own. It'll be Brookline ball. Ament throws it in. Passed back to Ament, who pops it up in the air off the head of Leshley. And it's kicked back by Natick, kicked forward by Bogus. Off the head of Leshley again. Up in the air. Eisenhower taps it back. Kesselman boots it upfield. Off ahead. Downed by O'Donnell. O'Donnell, her kick knocked back by Hall. Leshley battling with Moriarty and gets hit in the back, and the penalty is called. And again, Brookline racing with the free kick, trying to make things move. Leshley fires a long one, and it goes wide, but it was deflected. No, it was not deflected by Niedermeyer. Was trying to see what the official was going to call. Shot just went wide. "18 minutes on the clock here in this state semifinal. Natick leads Brookline 4-2. That kick knocked back by Chernychev, but kicked the other way by Bogus, sent right back by Hall, downed by Henderson, and kicked out of bounds by Moriarty. Throw in. Couple deflections, bounces out of bounds. Throw in, off ahead, off another, kicked back, out of bounds, still Brookline ball. Wrestling for the ball, it's out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in. Off the bounce, it's taken up field by the Red Hawks. I believe this is Nicole Proya, still racing in, cutting around. Defense came and she has to tap a pass. It's a long shot off the crossbar. Might have been briefly deflected by Sherwin. And it remains a 2-goal game. O'Donnell throws it in. Scrum for the ball. Lydia Proya sends through a crosser. It's deflected out by the Brookline defense. Knocked out of bounds. Brookline ball. No, Natick ball. It was overturned. O'Donnell throws it in quick. Kesselman kicks it out of bounds. What's going on? Now it's Brookline ball. These have been a pair of very confusing out-of-bounds calls as Kesselman boots this one upfield, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. And that one's definitely going to be Natick ball, I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it is. Kesselman kind of whiffed on the clear. And that is a corner. Kesselman let it roll out, thinking she was going to get the goal kick, but it's going to be a corner for the Red Hawks. Kendall Hacker setting up for the corner. As that is the third goal they've scored off a corner kick today. I'm not sure who knocked that one in. I'm going to wait to hear from the PA announcer. I know the assist comes from Kendall Hacker, who had one assist on a corner kick already. A timeout is called with 14 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. PA announcer's not saying anything. Maybe they're still trying to figure out who scored it down there in the press box. But that one scored by the senior co-captain, Caitlin LeBrun, off the assist from Hacker. Boy, you hate to say it, but that one might have just been the dagger there. Natick's been doing a good job staying ahead from the jump. And now, with their biggest lead of the game so far, at a 3-goal margin with less than 15 minutes left, it's going to be very difficult, not impossible. We've seen Brookline score 3 goals in quick succession in that big comeback they had against Newton South. But it's another thing entirely to do it against the top-ranked team in the state. Leshley dribbling, stolen away by Nicole Proya, pass to Lydia Proya. Disrupted, Leshley's slide kick is taken back by the Red Hawks. Pass back to Bogus. Now to the outside, ran out of room. It's out of bounds, Brookline ball. Hammond throws it in. The kick deflected by Ukamadou, collected by Eisenhower. Eisenhower back to Ament. Brookline running just a 3-back formation now, trying to get aggressive, but it's stolen back, and Natick now running. Pass near side to Nicole Proya. Proya just holding it for the moment. Spins. Heading to the corner, the ultimate time-killing strategy, but Vianello manages to knock it loose. Hammond sends it upfield. It's intercepted. Pass goes back to Bogus. Kicked upfield. Deflected up in the air. Kesselman boots it forward. Moriarty, a long kick, is caught by Sherwin. Sherwin punts it. Bounces out of bounds. Throw in, out of bounds. Dribbling with it is Chernychev. Kicks it towards the middle, knocked back by Bogus. Goes up to Penn. Penn back to Hacker, boots it up high. Off the head of Ament. And Nicole Proya had it and does kick it out near side to O'Donnell. O'Donnell sending a leader. And McCauley tried to center one, but there was nobody there, and it's scooped up by Sherwin. At this point, Natick can just sit back on defense with a 3-goal lead. But still applying some pressure. We got a handball called on O'Donnell. This will be a free kick for Brookline. Kesselman, the long boot up to Leshley. Leshley called for the handball. And this free kick is going back the other way. This kick bounces up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell, it's poked away by Vianella, but then kicked up by Bogus. Down by Eisenhower, but then Nicole Proya swoops in and takes it. Proya jukes Leshley and kicks it upfield, kicked back by Ament. And sent upfield. As it bounces out of bounds, and at this point I'm just hoping my battery lasts till the end of this game. We got 11 minutes left. Chernychev sends a leading kick. It's headed away. Sent back upfield by Natick and taken by Kesselman. Kesselman upfield to Ukamadou. Ukamadou deflects, kicked away. Sent back forward. Scooped up by Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer punts it, kicked back by Leshley, and it's going to be taken off the hop by Niedermeyer. Kick is down, pass to Leshley. Leshley dribbling, trying to evade multiple defenders, sends a pass up to Freeze, and Leshley draws another penalty. This is going to be a free kick for Brookline inside the 20. Comes the kick. It's sent high and over the bar from Freeze. Got a substitution in for Brookline. This kick comes in. It's knocked back forward. Leshley taps it, racing after it is, I believe, Freeze. Freeze takes it, sends a crosser into the box, deflected down, a shot flies in, and it's just barely saved by Niedermeyer. Off the shot from Chernychev, and Brookline's going to set up for another corner kick. Freeze launches one. Deflected up, almost cleared. Brookline trying to keep on the attack, but they're walled. Natick sends it back the other way. Pass goes up to Nicole Proya. Proya sending a leader for O'Donnell. O'Donnell, a shot, misses wide. This one booted upfield. Ukamadou fighting for it. We got a penalty called against Ukamadou. Free kick will be coming from Hacker. Free kick flies up. Pass from O'Donnell. Leader from McCauley, intercepted by Vianello, booted upfield by Kesselman. Bouncing along. Hacker trying to pass it back to LeBron, and LeBron kicks it into open space. That might just stay in bounds as it's chased down. Trying to gain the edge, crosser sent in, knocked over the bar by Hammond. Do you guys have an extra outlet I can plug my laptop into?
Yeah, there's one on here.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Was trying to plug my computer in so it doesn't die on us here in the closing minutes. Shout out to folks at Natick Local Access for letting me borrow an outlet. As Natick makes a push, some nice jukes by Lydia Proya as she just sits in the corner. 6 minutes left in this one. It's knocked out of bounds by Brookline. This will be a corner for the Red Hawks. And they just pass it in, and they're just going to try and sit in the corner and kill the clock with a 3-goal lead here in the closing minutes. It's stolen back by Leshley. Leshley trying to run out with it. Leshley kicks it up, intercepted by, I believe, Penn. Pass forward. Nicole Proya pass to McCauley. Out far side. Cross to the middle, deflected and kicked away. Taken back by the Red Hawks. A shot is fired and walled off. But another shot sent in off the crossbar, kept in bounds and walled at point blank range by Cherwin. Cherwin punts it upfield, headed forward by Leshley. Ukamadou had it, but it's knocked away. Penn working it the other way. Upfield, no offsides. Nicole Proya chases it down. Sends a crosser, but nobody there. It's kicked away, but right to O'Donnell. Stolen away by Hammond, but Hammond couldn't keep track of it. It rolls out of bounds. We are now in stoppage time here with the scoreboard clock frozen at 5 minutes. Booted upfield and out of bounds. Throw in. Again, kicked out. So at this point, the officials' triple whistle will be the thing that will let us know when this game has come to an end. As this one is now a Brookline throw-in. Deflected down. Vianello back to Kesselman. Booted back high in the air. Bouncing along. Leshley kicks it forward. Racing after it is Freeze. Freeze cuts back, looking for somewhere to go. Sends a pass across. This is number 1, Paige Hammond, who is in the game. And her pass deflects off a defender and out of bounds. Throw in goes to Ukamadu. Booted away by the Red Hawks. Kesselman has it. Kesselman looking for somewhere to go. Her kick deflected out of bounds off the forward pressure. Vianello throws it into Leshley. Leshley stolen away. Goes back to O'Donnell. Kicked up in the air. Lydia Proya racing after it. Has it. And is just going to head back to the corner as Natick works to kill the clock. Poked loose, but O'Donnell takes it, sends it across her. It's knocked away. Brookline dribbling with it. Pass from Chernychev knocked away by Henderson. This one kicked upfield, and Hacker boots it right back. Off ahead. Ukamadu takes it. Ukamadu draws a penalty. Brookline will get a free kick from around the 35. Looks like Chernychev setting up to take it. This one flies in. Ukamadu tried to head it but couldn't. Chased after the ball herself, triple teamed and walled off on her kick. It'll be a throw-in for Brookline. Throw-in goes back to Vianello. Vianello tries to spin but can't. Pass back to Kesselman. Sends it across. Chernychev sends it back to Ament, back up to Chernychev and forward. Freeze, racing in, running out of room. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a Brookline corner. Brookline not stopping, even down 3 in stoppage time as Freeze sets up for another corner kick. This one flies in off the head of Leshley. It bounces wide. Big kick up, deflects out of bounds. Throw in knocked down. Kick goes back and forth. And there is your final whistle. The Natick High Red Hawks will advance to the state finals. The final score, Natick 5, Brookline 2.
Congratulations to Brookline on a great season. Natick will take on Mayfield-Sheehan in the state finals later this week.
So the PA announcer, I think, just summed it up really well. Congratulations to Brookline for a great season, and Natick will take on Mayfield-Sheehan in the state finals on Saturday. Hats off to both teams. They both showed a lot of fight here today through a thrilling contest, but at the end of the day, Natick's offense was just too much for Brookline to handle as they put 5 goals on them, the most Brookline has allowed all season. Hats off to Natick for a fantastic offensive effort and a well-deserved trip to the state finals. And for Brookline, hold your heads up high. What a great season this was. 13 wins in the regular season, advancing to the Final Four for the first time since 2019. This is the first Brookline girls soccer team I've ever covered that's made it this far. And what a privilege and what a pleasure it was for me to watch this team in all the games I got the chance to cover. So one last, before my battery dies out, as I think the power is going to go down on me soon, but I want to say one last note, one last shout out to Brookline's two seniors, Amra Ukamadu and Emma Eisenhower, who both got to score in the last game of their high school careers, which I think is pretty nice and poetic. Hats off to both of you in the roles that you both played in getting this program to where it is right now, getting this team to where it is. Amra Ukamadu, a starter since her sophomore year, and such an incredible singular impact on the team's offense. This team couldn't buy a goal back in 2020, and then when Ukamadu arrived, she played such a huge role in turning the offense into what it is. Just for a small note, Ukamadu scored 11 goals in the regular season this year. The first year Ukamadu joined the team back in 2021, the entire team scored 17 goals in the regular season. That right there just tells you how much of an impact she's had. For Emma Eisenhower, she worked her way up the old-fashioned way, as I like to say. Went from JV to a varsity backup to this year a varsity starter for the first time. She didn't light up the stat sheets, but she played her role. She played so well, worked so hard, got an iconic goal in that comeback win against Newton South, and got to finish out her high school career with a goal today, just like Ukamadu. Shout-outs to both Amra Ukamadu and Emma Eisenhower of the senior class of 2024 as their high school career comes to an end. And thank you once again to Brookline High Soccer and Brookline High Girls Soccer for giving me the opportunity to cover this team once again. Like I said, such a privilege, such a pleasure. I could go on forever if I wasn't A, cold as anything, and B, facing a potential battery shortage. I am going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for tuning in throughout this season. If you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on all my coming sports live streams. This may be the end of the fall season, but winter is just right around the corner. Stay tuned. Check out the description section, link to Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club, link and phone number for the Brookline Food Pantry, some more information about me. But that's going to do it. Thank you for a great season, Brookline High Girls Soccer. Congratulations to Natick High Girls Soccer for advancing to the state finals. From Murphy Family Stadium at BC High in Boston, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for a great season, and have a good night.